Well, hello and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. This is part 2 of this color and chat from the Chibi Girls 2, the second Grayscale book by Jade Summer. We had started coloring this picture, and this is with the Aspire Color alcohol markers. So let's continue where we left off. If you remember in part 1, let's zoom you in a little. Whoops, that was the focus. Focus. Yeah. All right, come on. Let's get our focus back. Okay, now let's zoom in a little and refocus again. Okay. I had completely ruined her mouth with the red. I worked on this off camera with the colorless blender, and I went over it a gazillion times with the colorless blender. Went over it a ton, let it dry, went over it a bunch more, let it dry. Did that about 4 or 5 times, and surprisingly, it took out almost all of the red. But of course, it bled it out into her skin, so then I had to go with the colorless blender around her mouth too and get rid of that red and let it all dry a number of times. So then I did take the same skin tone color, went over all of her skin and re-went over the entire face. Now you can see around her mouth, you know, a little bit where I had to go over it so much with the colorless blender. But I think it's still, all in all, looks better than how it was. Just looks like she, I don't know, has eczema or something around her mouth. I don't know. Anyhow, let's continue on. It is what it is. Let's color the window. It almost looks like the window's broken, and so I am going to color that a light blue. So I'm going to go to pale blue light 185. So how is everybody? I am recording part 2 of this color and chat again on Easter Sunday, so I hope everybody is having a great Easter. As I had mentioned in part 1, yesterday the weather was so beautiful. There were my next door neighbor's grandkids were having an Easter egg hunt. It was so cute to watch. But when I was outside just a little while ago, I noticed that there were 3 Easter egg baskets hidden in there behind their shrubs on the side of the house that faces mine. So I could see them peeking out. And yeah, first I seen one, then I looked a little closer, there was a second one. So I'm like, well, what the heck, you know? I went over and I peeked in the one that I could see easier. Then I seen there was a third one. And yes, there was candy and everything in these Easter baskets. And I'm like, what in the world? Because I didn't see that their grandkids were there today. I don't know if they forgot their Easter baskets or what, because they're still there. I don't know. Kind of strange. What color should we do the walls? let's see. How about, I was thinking blue, but I don't want, there's so much blue in her hair. How about if we go with shades of green? Light green. And then the floor, we can kind of do that too. How about pale green and mint green? 56 and 59. 56, 59. There's 56. Where's my 59? There we go. Okay, so 59 is the pale green. So let's go with the chisel for this. Okay, so we shall hopefully get this picture done today. I can't imagine why not. The majority of it is done already. Let's see, would that be green up on the ceiling too? Yeah, we'll see. This edge is green also. And I'm going to say that part, I'm going to see if I can make it a light, see what colors I have as far as a light tan, and maybe make that a light tan color. So yeah, it feels good to get back and making some videos. Kind of missed it. Missed you guys. Missed reading all your comments. Although I was still getting some comments on previous videos that I had done a while ago, which was nice. Love hearing from you guys. I did get a comment on the video that's been out since yesterday, right? Yesterday? Yeah. When I swatched out and did the initial review of these markers, and I had mentioned in that video at the beginning that they do have a color chart that you can download, both a filled in version and a blank version for you to color in. But yet when I downloaded it and tried to print it out, it printed portrait instead of landscape, and Bella's going crazy. Oh boy, must be a dog outside. Oh, so sorry. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. While we were paused for a little bit, I just finished this so that I wouldn't have a line here. So I just did that. I'm not sure why there's a line in there, but I'm just going to make the rest of this all the same color. I forgot what I was talking about. I don't know if I was still on the fact that the Easter baskets were over there or what. Shouldn't get interrupted anymore because Bob went to lay down and he took Bella with him into the bedroom, so she won't be barking. All right. Oh, I know what I was saying. Yes, a viewer had left me a comment that when she printed it out, it did print landscape for her. Now, I don't know if she was given a set to review also, or if she just bought them on her own and got in contact with them as far as feedback. I'm gonna go with the fine tip here. But she did let them know of a couple, I think she said color number discrepancies on the color charts. So possibly they redid the color chart and corrected it, and now it just prints portrait. Well, regardless, I am going to be in my feedback to them, letting them know that it prints in portrait and is very, very teeny. So maybe in the future it will be again portrait, and it will be larger, and you'll be able to read the color names, and it'll be easier to color in. So I did want to mention that in case that is changed in the future. She also did suggest to them of a couple colors that were kind of like what I said, very similar in color, and that could either be replaced with, you know, another color, or else change the shade of that color a little bit so that there's more of a difference. Because yeah, there's a few in here that are, like I mentioned in the review video, that to me also seemed like they were almost the exact same color. And she told me evidently they came back with a response to her that there may possibly be new colors out by the end of the summer. So they are very responsive to feedback that they receive on their markers. So they said they are looking forward to my feedback also. So we'll see what happens in the future. Would be great. And with this, you know, being an 80 set, it's quite a large, it's quite a nice size set. Would be even great, I guess, if they increased it to 100 set like the Kelly Arts are. But like I had said in the first part of this color chat, I want to compare the colors in this set with the Kelly Arts set, and these two sets could be used in conjunction with each other. There, I kind of like that. Kind of looks like a color you might see in a hair. Do they still call it a hair salon? Whatever. Definitely isn't beauty parlor anymore. That's kind of an outdated term. Now the floor, should we go with the darker green or the lighter green? I think I'm gonna go with the lighter green. And because there's a lot to go around, I am going to use the fine tip. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what, if any, changes they do in fact make in the future. Sounds like there will be changes down the road, but they are, like I said, already a great set of markers, so anything added would just be a bonus. I will again leave a link to these down in the description in case you would like to try out a set of them for yourself. This is another color that's really juicy. I haven't had a one yet that I colored with in this picture that was not juicy. Lots and lots of ink. Now I'm assuming these are just, I don't know, receipts and whatnot that are all over the floor. I don't know, maybe little notes. We will just go around them. This book is just so much fun. I will link this book down below too, for any of you that do not have the Grayscale Chibi Girls by Jade Summer. I know a lot of us do, and those of us Jade Summer Grayscale fans are just waiting for more Grayscale books. We are keeping our fingers crossed. But they've said for a while now that, yes, they are going to be coming out with some more, but they must have already had some other books in the works, because there have been a few other books that have come out since then that have not been Grayscale yet. And none of those books appealed to me, so I have not bought any of those. The new ones that came out anyhow. And then they posed a question on Facebook in their group whether we would like another, I believe it was another volume, a thick, volume of like 4 other books, previous books. So it'd be like another greatest hits type of book. And I responded back that no, I wouldn't be interested in that. I would like to see myself, anyhow, I'm gonna go with mahogany again. I would like to see new material. I think we've seen enough where they did, they combined 4 books into one, where, we already had the books out. I said I would like to see new material, especially on the Grayscale level. And I had a number of people agree with me, or others that had similar comments. So, here's hoping. Oh, we shall see. Let's do that wainscoting. And now I did her hair, I think, in natural oak. That's what I was going to do the wainscoting in, but I am not going to then. Maybe I'll do the wainscoting in raw umber. 102. There we go. We'll make it a darker wainscoting. Now, I think I'll make the top and the bottom a different color than. Yeah, this is still going to be similar to her hair, but That's okay. So what is everybody else coloring in today? I realize it's Easter, so not everybody will be coloring. There are family events to take part in. But maybe tonight after, the family leaves and you're able to kick back and relax a little before the work week starts up again tomorrow. You will find some time to do some coloring. Here we have some more, at least what I'm calling wainscoting. It's wainscoting in my picture now, and so are any of you doing diamond painting? If so, what is it a picture of? Okay, this I think is supposed to represent, is that supposed to be like, no, that's supposed to be the top of the countertop, right? I was going to say that wouldn't make sense to be the floor up there. So I think I'm going to go back and make that this color again. And what color was that? Rose Beige. Whoops. 9 to 7. Okay. And because that is so dark, I was going to make the top and bottom a dark brown, but I think I'm going to make them lighter then. And we're going to make the rest of this the same color too, because I did down there. And I think same here. Oh, I don't want to make that all the same color, do I? Dilemmas, dilemmas. Yes, I'm gonna have to. I don't really have another brown that would work in here. It's either going to be the same as the upper wood, or it's going to be a dark wood that's going to resemble that down there. So we'll just go with the light. I guess I could have made the wainscoting light and then the top and bottom pieces of wood here darker, but I was afraid that would have been too similar to that. We have to put so much thought into our pictures, right? Oh, that's why sometimes, just doing the color by numbers or else when I like doing my designs with my gel pens, they're just, again, they are just so relaxing for me. When I'm kicking back at night and I just want to relax, that is what I like to do. Okay, so I think I'm going to say that this is like frosted glass. So like the scissors, actually I think I'm just going to leave that alone. No, I'm going to make it like the window. So I'm going to make that pale blue light, 185. And it'll be, yeah, like a frosty blue glass in here, where she has her supplies, her scissors and clippers and sterilized combs. Okay, this is going to be the same way. Not that you can really see that, but all right. Now, what is this? We'll say that's what, towel of some sort, maybe. Let's make it a light pink. I guess that's what we will say it is. So let's make that pale pink again, RP9. Where'd the RP9 go? There it is. You know, sometimes you just don't know what the illustrator was intending when they, you know, drew the picture. So you just kind of have to interpret it as however you want. And whether it truly is what they intended or not, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? All right, let's color the top of that stool. And what should we color that? I think we're going to use this, what's called brown gray, which doesn't really look like a brown gray. This color, it's kind of on the yellowish brown side. That is 104. She's not being too careful standing up here on one foot on a cushioned stool, is she? I hope she's the owner, because if she's a worker there, boy, she'd get yelled at. Not a very smart idea, is it? I just love the look on this girl's face. At first, I thought it was shock, like, oh my God, what did you do to me? But then, as I looked at it again, I think she's saying, oh my God, you made me so pretty. All the curls in my hair. I feel like Cinderella. Kind of reminds me when I took my youngest into cost cutters to have her hair done for the junior prom. And my daughter has longer hair, longer blonde hair. And she made all these kind of ringlets too, like around down through here and all in the back, kind of like this, but a little bit tighter ringlets than this. And yeah, that's what this reminded me of when I seen it. And she was so pretty too. Alrighty. Okay, blow dryer. Let's make, I have a red blow dryer, so I think that's what we're gonna make this one. Alrighty, now the decision, which one, because there's so many reds. So, let's see. Do we want it a bright red or a darker red? Let's make it a darker red. How about old red, R2? And then maybe I'll leave this white, maybe. Let's see, I guess that can be red too. This, I'm assuming, is like the vent on it where it pulls in the air with that screen on. That mine always gets clogged full of stuff. Nah, I think I will make this all red. Another juicy, juicy marker that bleeds. Ooh, gonna be hard getting in there. Again, the only problem with a juicy marker. Well, that's one fancy blow dryer, huh? Okay, I'm gonna take that cool gray 2 once again. I like using that, I guess, for my metal, the things that look like metal. Alrighty. Okay, now we do also have some metal up here. I'm assuming that is their vent work. And I think in the middle I'm going to make it a lighter gray, and maybe the outside a little bit of a darker gray. Okay, so that was cool gray 2. So let me see this again. Cool gray 2, let's go with cool gray 6 for the outside of it then. Cool gray 6. Okay. All right. My mourning doves are still flying into my garage. And yes, Mama Mourning Dove must be sitting on a nest, because when I went, I had mentioned that I went and I just went over the top of what oh boy. Okay. When I went over about those Easter baskets, I had looked out the side window, the side door that I have, that faces my next door neighbor's house, and looked to see about those Easter baskets hidden in the bushes over there. I was directly underneath that shelf that the mourning dove is nesting on. So I went right by her and then right underneath her, and she never budged. So that pretty much tells me that yes, she has to have eggs in there. So yes, we are not bothering them then. I think this is part of the countertop, huh? Until we get to this jar. So we're gonna make, I was gonna say pink, but we have that there. So we're gonna make that a, well, we have the walls green, so of course we want the countertop to match. So we will again make that a green, but no, maybe we'll go with the darker green. Kind of contrast it a little bit. There's so much of the lighter green already. So yeah, I was out there a little while ago, and Daddy Mourning Dove wanted to come in, and they make such a funny noise when they fly and they swoop in and swoop back out. Must be their wings or something. It just sounds so different. I think I'm gonna make this blue. Let's see, a little bit different of a blue. Let's do the pastel blue, 67. So yeah, Daddy Bird saying, will you get out of here? I gotta bring food to the mother of my children. And we're gonna make one of these over here blue too, because they're all from the same line of products, right? It's the Cost Cutter brand. So a lot of times they all have very similar colors. So we'll make the other one a similar blue. We will go with a darker shade, cerulean blue, which I really like. 63. Okay, now, why does that go up there? To me, or is that part of the wall coming down? Maybe that's it. Okay, so we'll make this one darker blue, and we're going to make this a darker blue. Then I'm going to get a little bit of that light green in there. We're going to say this is part of the wall. These I'm going to leave white because I want them to look like pieces of paper. And I'm going to say this is a tiled ceiling then, so I am going to make that a real light gray like this. So again, I'm going to the CG2, and I think maybe I will color them. No, I am going to leave them white. So let's just color this in, and I think we will be done. So yes, this is much shorter than the first color in chat. I should have either done it all as one color in chat, or first one did not have to be as long as it was because it ended up being, what, almost an hour and a half. So yeah, I could have stopped sooner than I did. Let's zoom you back out. And there is our picture. What do you think? I think they turned out pretty cute. You like her blue hair? I think her hair is gorgeous. I like how that turned out. Love how this turned out. Actually like how my blow dryer turned out. Overall, I think it turned out great, except for her mouth, but at least, like I said, I was able to fix it somewhat, much better than having a total bloody mouth that looked like she belonged in the hospital and not cutting hair. That was pretty bad. But at least I learned from it, and from now on, you do not go in with red in there. You go in there with pinks. Yes. So I will know from now on. See, there are really no mistakes. They're just learning experiences, right? Yes. All right, that is the end of the second part of this color in chat. Again, coloring with the Aspire Color alcohol markers, just to see if we still like them as much as I did for the review when I swatched them out. It's just so much nicer actually coloring a picture with them to see if we still truly do like them, and I definitely do. They are definitely juicy markers. The caps are nice and tight, but not too tight where they're hard to get off. Nice snap to them. So yes, I do like them, other than having a couple recommendations for them, as I had mentioned in that review video, so I'm not going to go over that again in this video. So again, I hope everybody is having a terrific Easter Sunday. I am going to have part 1 up today yet, which is the much longer section of this color and chat, like 3 times as long. This one's only going to be about a half an hour, where that one's about an hour and a half. So yeah, and I will probably have this one up then tomorrow on Monday. I do have a couple of other videos to make yet today. So Again, I hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday and preparing for the work week. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.